Hello, everybody in Facebook Live Land. We are the Podguyz Podcast. Coming to you live as we do every Monday, 10:15 Eastern Standard Time. I am Tony Kaz.
Kevin Neary here.
Of course, we are missing the ever-loving Picasso.
He is starting forest fires in Canada as we speak, and I love every second of it. So if you see any smog, you could just blame it on Sparky. Tony, What's been new with you in the meantime? How was your day today, my man? What were you up to?
The day was good. Carpe diem, seize the day, you know?
Yeah, seize the day. And what did you do to seize the day?
I want to bring something up really quick.
Yeah, do it. Yeah.
We didn't quite talk about it before.
Okay.
But we're going to get the Win a Date with Sparky competition going.
Win a date with Sparky.
Yes. Even you, ladies. Maybe gentlemen.
It always feels weird when you're auctioning things off that deal with people indirectly.
Look, top bidder.
We will start off at one Facebook star.
one Facebook star.
One Facebook star. You guys want to send stars? Star. We will send Sparky off with you for the hour. He is over the age of 18, so we already know the internet. We're going to lose a lot of bidders already off the bat. You know? He is a human. Sparky sounds like a dog's name, but he is totally human. So once again, losing people right off the bat. We don't know who else is in the room to bid, but Tony, how did you seize the day today there, my man?
Well, I'm starting the Win a Date with Sparky competition. If you are interested, 18 and over, please send all your information to the Podguyz Podcast at gmail.com. We would be happy to put you up on the screen to win a date with Sparky as well. This will be our fantastic bit for the show as well. If you are interested, please get in touch with me, DMs or emails. Like I said, the Podguyz Podcast at gmail.com. PODGUYZ PODCAST at gmail.com.
You kind of look like you're a little gassy today. For those people that don't know, did you eat Wendy's or something or no?
No Wendy's today.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. You know what though? I did go to McDonald's.
See, that explains the gas.
See, I wasn't disappointed with my lid popping up on the floor, much like Wendy's does.
I still think that is the funniest thing possible. When you started the show with your Wendy's lid experience, and we had Wise's friend on to tell you about his struggles while being in jail for 8 years. And I said, well, buddy, hold on now, Tony, run back that fucking story about how the lid fell in the.
Here it comes one more time.
So what did you order at McDonald's?
No, you know what? I ordered a kids meal at McDonald's, as adults usually do for children. But I was more
Are you feeling sad? You want to buy a Happy Meal?
Sometimes you just need a little Happy Meal in your life. You want to go from sad to happy.
Wait. So did they give you a toy with the goddamn thing or no?
They did. Now, in the movies,
can I guess the toy?
I'm sorry?
Can I guess the toy?
No, but I'm going to tell you.
Ezra Miller dressed up like the Flash. Is that what they're doing now?
Well, they have Elements. Elements right now is in movie theaters.
Okay.
And they have these amazing toys that you can get with the Elements kid meal.
Nice. So what element did you get?
Now, I got the element of blood. And you may be thinking to yourself, you're like, element of blood, like
not an element, you know that, right?
In my kids meal, I mean, it was a little bit of an urban area, so I did feel a little weirded out about this.
Did you go to the McDonald's in the rough neck of the woods there?
I did. I was McLovin' it.
What do you got there?
It's lovely McKnuckle dusters. Yeah, McKnuckle dusters.
Oh my God. McDonald's is making. Oh my God. McDonald's, for people that can't see right there, Tony is holding a McDonald's shaped brass knuckles idea right there. I guess that McDonald's is specifically looking out for the kids there, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. If you're now kids these days, I don't know if you've seen it across the web, across social media, that Grimace's birthday just happened.
So now you can't. So Grimace isn't real. I never understood this shit. They're celebrating his. Okay, now what is that purple drink thing? Everybody's drinking the purple slime. What's going on?
Everybody's drinking the purple drink. It's the Grimace shake. The Grimace shake.
And does it look?
Yeah. What happens is that once you drink the Grimace shake, you automatically get transported into the other realm of death. So if you want to fight the Grimace, take your McKnuckle dusters and beat up the Grimace.
I like how you're just blending experiences. Did you just watch the movie Nightmare on Elm Street or something like that? What you gonna want to do? You gotta take some sleeping pills, grab your Grimace fighter, have the shake in hand, blend the worlds. Don't give Zack Snyder any more ideas. He's watching and he will steal what you're saying right now. You're saying it as a joke, but you're saying it as a joke, but he's writing it down like, holy fuck, Tony's on it again.
And you know what? Every once in a while,
I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. Tony was the first one to say 2 years ago. He says, it wouldn't surprise me if they tried giving Ezra Miller his own solo Flash movie and prop it up with a bunch of cameos. So whoever's watching from DC Studios, he was joking. Don't actually do it. What's wrong with you, DC Studios? The McDonald's
This is what you're going to get. This is what you're getting.
Tony, that's the one thing you should be holding on to right here, because if you were in the Berlin Zoo, something happened at the Berlin Zoo over the weekend, is a polar bear attacked a 32-year-old woman who jumped into a polar bear enclosed cave area at the Berlin Zoo. Now, the last place you think you would find polar bears would be at the polar bear enclosure at the Berlin Zoo. Probably the last place.
Can I add in here real quick? Folks, here's a PSA for you. If you're jumping into a wild animal enclosure, you're fucking stupid.
Okay.
PSA, right there. You're just stupid. What are you expecting? All right. End of PSA. Thank you.
Yeah, my thing was I never understood people wanting to save the polar bears, but these are also the same people that want to save the penguins. Polar bears eat penguins all
Along
the
with
time.
Anything and everything. They eat everything.
You can't save the seals either because they eat penguins. Can't be on both sides of the fence right there. And then we got another one here that Tony shared to the Podguyz Podcast Facebook page.
Wait, I have a good joke to go along with that.
Go for it. Yeah.
She kept on yelling, 9, 9, 9. It turns out the polar bear doesn't speak German.
No. Well, yeah, that's neglectful. And they say that our education system is bad. At least we teach all the black bears how to speak English or sign language and shit.
Right.
Gorillas get sign language. Black bears get sign language or some kind of martial code, because there are bears that were in the circus, so they know a little bit of English.
See, thank you.
Oh, it is? Okay. I thought that was a racial slur there or some kind of gesture.
No, it's not this. It's this.
Well, that's another thing. So the Berlin Zoo officials from the Berlin Zoo are calling this event worse than the Holocaust.
Oh,
that's what they said, Tony. Don't owe me. It's right here. I'm reading it right.
I love how they underrate it.
So, I think most German officials say that to downplay the Holocaust. Of course, they're just like, this is worse than the Holocaust, sir. This is just a traffic accident. The Holocaust was worse. Oh, maybe.
See, their next headline will be like, "This is a gas."
God almighty. Well, more problems with animals. We're on a kick today with the animals because why not?
It.
WWE legend
2023.
WWE legend had to pull out his finishing move. The Undertaker steps in to save his wife from a shark attack. Apparently, the shark tried attacking his wife with the chair from the turnbuckle. No, I'm joking.
Off the top rope.
Stone Cold Stunner. No, she was brutally injured and murdered. No, I'm joking. She's fine. He saved her, and apparently he choked the shark and threw the shark back into the water, which is fine. No help from his brother Kane, who is also his fictional brother, but why not? What a jerk, right?
See what happens when you hit it with the tombstone pile driver.
Well, that just begs the question, like, if he was wrestling, that would have never happened. So how safe is wrestling compared to hanging out at the beach with your wife? There's brain damage and steroids and drugs, hanging out with your wife at the beach. Yeah.
There's no happy connection, unfortunately.
No, there is. It's proven right now. The Undertaker wrestled for 35 years. Injuries? Sure. But his wife was never attacked by a shark.
That's a true fact right there.
So,
true fact.
Retires from wrestling, less than 5 years, wife gets attacked by a shark. It's no coincidence, Tony.
That shark had it out for him.
I think he was playing the long game.
He spent years watching him on TV under the ocean.
He was playing the long game on that one. Oh, Jesus Lord. Oh, God, Tony, I tell you what. What was your favorite?
How do you know when sharks think that TV is real?
Sharks think that first of all, sharks get their own week. They get a shark week.
They get a week. Yeah.
So now I guess you can ask the Undertaker to host Shark Week if you wanted to.
Ooh, yeah, that's actually a really smart idea, believe it or not.
I believe it. I thought of it. Of course.
I know, it's brilliant. It's really brilliant.
Yeah, have him.
Who they do have on Shark Week though? Coming up this, well, not necessarily that it is Shark Week, but do you know who's hosting? Ocean, I think it's called Ocean Funnies or Ocean something on Discovery this week.
No.
And you'll be like, it's the only person who actually does anything with the ocean, yet he has nothing to do with the ocean.
George Clooney.
Nope.
Go ahead.
Take one more guess.
Dick Van Dyke.
No. We're gonna pick Aquaman here.
Okay.
Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa.
He plays one character that does something in the ocean, and now he's like an ocean fanatic somehow.
I didn't like Aquaman as a solo movie. It didn't have, there was reasons that the studio said to themselves, okay, let's do a Superman movie, or okay, let's do a Batman movie. And Batman movies always beat Superman movies because Superman gets way off course right off the bat. You already know him as, he's faster than a bird or plane or whatever the fuck. You already know him as that guy.
Speeding bullet.
You already know him as that guy, right?
Yeah.
And then the backstory for Superman is just so head-scratchingly stupid, where you're like, huh? Yep, so I can do all this stuff now. Yeah, so Zod? Yeah, Zod's trying to get me.
Again?
Because he hates that I am alive. Okay. What the fuck do you mean? He hates that you're alive? Why would he? But you guys are the same species. That's true. Yeah. Okay, I'm still trying to get on this. And he wants to kill you so he could be the only one? Nope. You got to run that by me again. Wait a second. So you can't take kryptonite? No, because of my species. But Zod is the same guy. Certainly. And can he take kryptonite? All the time. Fuck! What are you talking about? It just doesn't. Now, with Batman, all you got to do is say, like, hey, where's Batman? Where's Bruce Wayne's parents? Oh, they're dead. Fucking cool. Okay. That gives him some arc right there. It gives a character arc. That that we're building on something. Does he have anything else going on? He's got some more stuff going on. It's very sellable. Spider-Man, same thing. A spider bit him. Boom, whatever. Aquaman? Well, what's Aquaman do, Tony? Fucking hangs out in the sea. Cool. So who is his biggest villain? I don't know, a shark? Goes after the Undertaker's wife? And he fucking has to fight to see who hosts Shark Week? Because that sounds more interesting than what that. And then they're like, oh, well, who can we get to be the female lead? I don't know. Some woman that fakes domestic violence and does coke with Johnny Depp. Cool. Sold. I already know there's no fucking script to this. Already know it.
What kind of coked up freaking
listen?
What kind of coked up round table is that?
Just because Aquaman was in the Justice League does not justify having him get a solo movie. Okay, it would be, and it's almost like they tried doing that because of Marvel. Marvel's little solo run bullshit didn't work out either. It's like breaking up the Beatles, only instead of giving, you already did the Beatles solo albums, so now you got to get their fucking backup singers to get their own goddamn records, and you're like, who is he again? Oh, he did backup vocals for Ringo. What? Yeah. He's practically famous. You're going to want to see it. It's the Beatles universe. No, it's not. It sounds terrible. They went way too deep. And after you go too deep, after you hit a rock a bunch of times, you're left with a bunch of fucking sand. They over diluted the goddamn bullshit that they barely had anyways before even possibly going through and reading comics that are already written for them. So it's like compiling lazy on top of lazy and just doing it because a check is going to be out there. And Disney then says, Tony, after all these failures, they then say, hey, Stephen A. Smith, tell everybody the reason why we're firing people from ESPN. So Stephen A. Smith gets out there and says that COVID-19 was the reason.
Well, you got to do it in the Stephen A. Smith voice too.
Oh God, no. It just would annoy me because I know what he's doing and he knows what he's doing too. He knows what he's doing. That's the whole goddamn shtick right there. I get it. It's I know what he's doing. That's fine. So they sent requested Stephen A. Smith to explain to everybody that it's not that they don't have enough money for these people. They don't want to take a pay cut themselves. Okay. So they said that they lost 5.5. They said that Disney lost $5.5 billion because of COVID. Now, they don't have any employees to pay at that time. They're all on state unemployment. Okay. So when you have something and you lose it, you have lost the money. When you have money and it is gone, you lose money. If you didn't make money that you projected yourself to make after year out of year returns, and you say, oh, I lost it because I didn't make it. You cannot lose what you don't already have. So that is a bunch of bullshit right there. They just didn't make it for that 1 year, for that one season. And he's blaming Disney parks. Dude, fuck off. Nobody goddamn spends billions of dollars a year just to go on your shitty Space Mountain ride. Okay, Disney makes money by ABC, ESPN, Marvel, Star Wars movies. They have a production company. That's like saying that Knoebels. Not only that. That's like saying that Knoebels that is owned by Chevron. Right? Yeah. They're like, well, gas went up because they couldn't make roller coaster money that year. Go fuck yourself. They couldn't make roller coaster money? You fucking scumbags. Bunch of shit, Tony. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's okay. You know what? It's a you're right though. It is an ABC type of mentality. People spend thousands of dollars to go to Disney. Thousands, dude. And that's for let's say 3-4 days.
Steve Young, I want to see you in the office. Yeah. What's wrong? All right, Steve Young, get over here. You're fired. Why? Did I do something wrong? No. Nobody wanted to go on Space Mountain. So you're fired.
Hey, Steve Young, why don't you come inside the office?
Bring in the mouse. Have the mouse fire him.
Young looks like it's not our menu today.
Looks
and
like
you're fired.
Hold on now. I want to hear from the duck.
Oh boy. Yuck. Goofy, what the hell are you doing in here?
I think we can all agree that Goofy is less valuable than Steve Young to fire.
By the way, Disney, not
this is what you do. This is what you do. Remake the Goofy movie, put it out there. And put out the Goofy movie again. This is another thing they're blaming, Tony. They're like, not that many people signed up on our streaming network. Dude, you're selling people reruns of shit, and they're buying it. You are making hand over fist on reruns.
Yep.
You scumbags. And you're going to call in Neil Everett and say, listen, Neil, you've been with the company a long time. And it's not that we suck at running ESPN so much as if, goddamn Goofy Movie 3 didn't go over so well. Aladdin, the live version, my God, the CGI put us in the hole. And, the dividend that we've had suspended for 6 years, instead, we gave ourselves bonuses. Because
look at all the live actions that they actually came out with. There was Dumbo.
They took the whole cartoon
The Lion King.
It's not tough. What are they going to do? Have Pocahontas next, only with age appropriation there?
It's coming.
Or it's going to look like a 6-year-old girl is getting kidnapped, and then it's going to look real Stockholm looking.
Yeah, that's going to look great.
You might.
We're going to go in with the real life of.
Just
Americo Vespucci.
Disney live action.
Columbus.
Only the ages are correct.
Oh my God! Imagine that. That would be great.
Some 45-year-old dude's like, "You're my wife now." And it's a 7-year-old girl.
Yeah, it's gonna be directed by fucking Mel Gibson.
That's the thing. I was calling. I didn't know what to call lazy people anymore, right? So lazy people normally you don't have a voice for lazy people. I call them Pinocchios now, right? Because Pinocchio, before he was a real boy and all, or before he was a walking puppet, right? He was just wood. He did nothing. Nothing was expected of him. He knew nothing. He said nothing. He was inanimate. Okay. He did not have a purpose until he needed to have one. And then he was put the fuck away, and nothing was seen of Pinocchio again until he got up one day. He was still made of wood. Didn't know shit for fuck. Didn't know anything. And started talking anyways. So we got a lot of Pinocchios these days roaming around Twitter, roaming around Facebook, dumb as fucking wood, walking around like they're a real boy, and walking around like they're a real human person, Tony. And it's just upsetting me. So I tried figuring out a way to call them lazy. So I've been calling lazy people Pinocchios now. Not that they're liars, but just that they're as useless as a firstborn day puppet that somehow was given life. Doesn't have a brain, but for some odd reason, a lot of questions, and susceptible for kidnappings, which is fine. Oh well.
What else we got on the old?
Oh man, your favorite artist is going to be done with his farewell tour. Did you see your favorite? Now, Tony, people don't know this about Tony. He is the biggest Elton John fan you'll ever meet.
Well, not the biggest, probably top 1 million.
I asked you, I said, why did you see The Lion King? Tony says, just for Elton John.
Just for Elton John. Yeah.
Which makes sense because he's an adult.
Rocket Man.
Lion King, king of the jungle. They're like, listen, they probably came up to him. They're like, that's Rocket Man, isn't it? And he's like, yeah. Well.
You know what totally pulled him down? When he actually went with Britney Spears and did like that little conglomeration song.
Well, I liked that he was open-minded to collaborate with her. And the song just sounded like a dance hip-hop kind of club song anyway. So there was nothing really significant about it. And she was looking for a friend, and these old artists like Madonna's vagina, Ron Jeremy's dick, Elton John, John Elton, Sir Elton John, all of these celebrities that I've been overnaming have just been befriending her and doing nice things, which is good. But it says here that Elton John told his this is the BBC.com, so it's not any tabloid or anything like that. It says Elton John told his millions of fans on Saturday night that they would remain in his head, heart, and soul, concluding his marathon farewell tour in Stockholm with one of his biggest. Wait, hold on now, Tony. How long has his farewell tour been going on?
It's been going on for a while.
How long is a while?
We're gonna say a couple years.
Let me check how many years here.
This is his last.
Here's the headline.
He said that this is his last show for the last time that he's doing a farewell tour.
Yeah, so I got the title right here. Right, it says Elton John farewell tour ends after 52 years.
Yeah.
I get first of all, the word farewell has been stomped over and thrown out. Elton John, I'll fix it for you real quick. All right. Elton John,
we got you, Elton.
After 52 years of see you laters. And see you next year. And don't forget about the year after that. Elton John says that he is done after being 76 years old. Tony, what do you think the average age groupie is for Elton John?
I'm gonna say 40 plus.
40 plus. And do you think you would have more men or naive women?
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's a tough one, right?
Yeah, that's a tough. I'm gonna say 60-40 men.
Oh wow, that's a big. You have no respect for the
for his female.
Yeah. I was watching this one thing, and there was it kind of struck me a little weird. It was how women brag about being independent, right?
Sure.
And it was from one of those Andrew Tate types. Okay, it's not Andrew Tate, but it's just a type of person that would kind of talk like him. Only one okay point was kind of made.
Oh God.
Where he said that women that brag about being independent always sounds stupid because all you really are is the average man. Sounds okay.
Now, is this
right?
the podcast of the I think there's like 3 gentlemen and it's like 6 girls?
No, it was just one guy. It was a very rogue comment. It wasn't a very.
I'm pretty sure that there's a podcast of a guy who's very much a Tate supporter.
Listen, there's thousands of them out there, but I took that comment and I'm thinking to myself, well, wait a second now. There are such things as men that claim to be independent men, and they're still living at home, mom and dad, or in a basement playing Star Wars, and they look like Sparky. And figure I'd throw that part in there. I guess Kevin Hart is being outed right now.
No.
Yeah. Kevin Hart's being outed right now for being a little man, ostentatious, right? About no, there is a Kevin Little rapper, so I don't want to throw him out there, but
oh yeah.
So I guess Kevin Hart has this very inspirational speech he likes to give to people about how he got a 585 on his SATs and how he was so embarrassed when all of his classmates were coming up showing that they had a higher number and he didn't know how to emotionally take that on, and he felt inspired by his failure on the test to work even harder in life. So now fun fact, when Kevin Hart took that test, the lowest possible grade you could possibly get is a 600.
600.
So I don't know where he's pulling 585.
Yeah, 300 from each side just for putting your name on the paper.
Yep. Where is he pulling 585 from? I don't know. But either he's really that dumb, and he's not. Right? Nice guy, by the way. Nothing but love for Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart Kevin Hart's so popular that there was another Kevin Hart out there at the same time when they were both coming up at the same time, different areas. But here, whenever this Kevin Hart would put down that he was Kevin Hart, which was true, people would come, big black audience would come by and be so disappointed that they got the wrong Kevin Hart. And that guy's name is Kevin James. His real last name is Hart. Fun fact.
I had no clue.
So imagine you're Kevin James and you got like a whole black audience in front of you. You're like, whoa, these people came to see me. And they're like,
you're like, who's this fat white guy?
And then they try to convince themselves like, no, well, maybe he's just opening for him and he'll be out. He'll be out here soon.
No.
Yeah, so either Kevin Hart's lying or to kind of stretch the truth on that idea, let alone I had to tag you in your favorite new commercial right there, Tony. Did you see your favorite commercial right there or no?
So this is a great idea in the waiting, because I think that we could actually do something very, very similar as far as making a parody type of video. And I mean, we've made several videos already. You know, we've got this lake thing still under wraps. We have a couple more things coming out with that. We have some great. Would you put them on YouTube? The reels.
We're getting them on YouTube. Yeah, we got them on Facebook, Instagram, and then we're gonna reel them out we're gonna push them out on YouTube, so that way it hits in waves. Perfect.
So we've got them, got reels, we got YouTube, we got stuff going on right now for the show, and we're always working something. I love it.
Yeah, no, it's this show has evolved throughout the years. Where at one time I wasn't even a part of the show. It was just Tony sitting around a table with a bunch of guys, and Will Robbins yelling at some bald dude. He's just whatever the hell the guy's name was. And then it went from there to another part to where we're at right now. And guys, it's only going to get better throughout the years. But not the parody of that commercial though. What I'm specifically talking about is what I just posted about 4 hours ago is for no apparent reason, the ghost of Kobe Bryant fucks with Kanye West commercial.
If you guys have not seen this, you by all means need to go to the Podguyz Podcast web Facebook page, Podguyz Podcast Facebook page. We post some great videos, some great material. Check it out on that particular page. Kevin, give me a little play-by-play.
So the play-by-play is where Kanye West is spitting out some nonsense bullshit to Kobe Bryant, saying, what if I'm not the greatest? What if I've already done my greatest stuff and blah, 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 and going on. And Kobe outmatches his nonsense bullshit talk and gets a round of applause for it. And Kanye says, what the hell's even going on here? So
who are you?
So yeah, so Kanye's force ghost is Kobe Bryant. It just looks like that now.
And he totally mind fucks him, which was great.
Yeah, which if Kobe Bryant is your force ghost, we don't blame Kanye West's crazy attitude anymore. Where you're like, Kanye, that girl said you sexually assaulted her in Denver. He's like, Kobe said it was all right. All right, man. I don't know what the fuck that means. Every time he keeps saying that.
Ezra Miller said it was okay.
Ezra Miller says it's okay to kidnap as long as they want to come with you. And even if they don't, they just don't know yet. What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
I heard in the Church of Yeezy where it's very cult related. They got some weird stuff going on over there, though.
Now I had to put down a couple questions there on the Facebook fan page where which father would handle kids best? Which TV dad would handle kids best nowadays, Tony? Now you're a father, and I'll ask you then, which parenting style do you take after out of these four people? You can only pick one, okay?
Oh boy.
Are you more like Cliff Huxtable? Are you more like Uncle Phil? Are you more like Carl from Family Matters or James from
That's a really good question.
What would you want? This first one that pops in your head.
I'm gonna probably say I'm probably like an Uncle Phil.
Uncle Phil? Okay.
You know,
and what would make you
still sturdy yet caring, firm yet silly, spoils the kids, but still like, great dad.
I thought you were gonna say more like a Cliff Huxtable type.
Oh God.
Because listen, you can rewatch the Cosby Show as much as you'd like. You're only going to find a family that existed in a world where they believed racism wasn't the problem. Both mom and dad were in the house and they were working successful jobs. One was a doctor, one was a lawyer. Every kid in the house during different ages had different problems and different ways to deal with those problems per different personality of the kid. You'll see all of these episodes. And then right when they scream, cut, Bill Cosby goes out and rapes. But besides that, the show was done like brilliant. Like, I don't know. Like, hold his breath and be like, okay, Bill, we're good. Let's just belt loose and start.
Now, didn't the daughter in the show accuse him of her beating him up or something?
Yeah, there is a lot of. I mean, you could throw out any accusation you like, but yeah, and absolutely, and it would probably be true. That'd be the kicker right there. It'd probably be very true.
You messed up your lines.
Yeah. I told like just the chemistry between Bill Cosby and the children were very on spot all the time. Where he would say to something like Rudy, and she says, "Does that mean now?" And he lips it to her. He says, she lips back. That kind of in front of an audience chemistry is right there, where Family Matters didn't shy away from any kind of racism, where Carl's working with a cop, that very famous scene from the episode where Eddie gets pulled over and Carl doesn't believe Eddie because Eddie's just, he looks at his kid like he's a screw up, which when your kid screws up enough, well, yeah, you're going to, and you work with these guys and they should know your kid and all that nice stuff. But James from Good Times, I always wondered, how the fuck are they staying indoors? You understand? Like when
they never went anywhere. That was the set.
I love that show, but James would complain, saying, "Oh, I don't know, Florida. I don't know how we're gonna make ends meet. I'm only working 18 hours this week." I'm thinking to myself, "Holy fuck! Only 18? You got kids in the house, man." And then JJ, the dumbass, comes up and he's just like,
they really appropriated for that particular show.
Florida's no fucking help. She's like, "Oh, well, we're just going to have to tighten our belts." And I'm like, "What the fuck do you mean tighten your belts? Get a fucking job. Kids are grown. What's wrong with you?"
Yeah, it's not that show. I don't know if they tried to. Did they try to? I hate the word appropriate, but did they have him out of the show for a while too?
He died in real life.
Well, no. I know he died, but then like they didn't replace him in the show, though, did they?
No, they didn't.
Yeah, he just went out for milk one day and never came back.
They actually they put it in the show that he died.
Did they? I had no clue.
Yeah, it was they, and he died in real life, and you're like, how do we address this on the show? And the cast got together. I think dude who played JJ was just like, "Oh, we should just have him die in the show too, so that way it syncs up." Sort of thing. Very very good episode. Like, shows that last a little too long when they're running through the same joke. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Carlton's going with his dance. He likes Tom Jones. Well, let's just do that joke for 8 years. Let's just keep doing that. Will Smith. Oh, well, yeah, he may dress a little different, but
my
he's a
dad
really
doesn't
good
love me, so I'm going to go stay with my uncle.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, right. Yeah. Why doesn't nobody want me? Because
nobody
Will
loves me.
Yeah. Why doesn't my wife love me? I don't know. Here, slap my shorter, weaker son in the face after he makes a small joke about your wife. They're like, even the director said, I don't think that works. We should cut that scene.
Yeah, we should cut that scene right out.
Yeah. But no, the retrospect of the Cosby Show, it wasn't a bad show. They even had so much popularity that CBS had a show called The Huxtables afterwards.
Yeah.
Lasted for 2 years. It didn't really ever have a plot. It was just like, hey, I wonder what the Huxtables are like after they're retired. It was just basically, you could have called it Bill Cosby eats a bagel and drinks tea with his wife on TV. And people were just like, oh boy, I wonder when the funny's coming. And it never did, because they're just riding off all that excess steam, or whatever the hell you want to call it, excess popularity.
Now, has the writer's strike even? I'm sure the writer's strike is still going on, but have you heard anything about it or no?
No. The writer's strike strike's going on. I think what they're trying to do is the negotiation is coming down to not really money, but workload inclusiveness.
I feel like it's a big catfish story. It's because no one's writing about it.
It's got a lot to do with the. Yeah, it's funny. That's really funny.
that was pretty brilliant, right?
Yeah, I like it. Well, the thing is that they see these writers aren't dumb all the time, they're thieving sometimes. Sometimes they steal off of the Podguyz Podcast show, and sometimes all the writers go to merchbooth.com and go to the podcast section, and then they look through the podcast section and find the Podguyz Podcast on merchbooth.com, and then Tony, they buy a t-shirt or 2 or 3 t-shirts, maybe a sweatshirt or a pullover hoodie with a zipper on it. Probably one of the more expensive things on merchbooth.com that we could
www.merchbooth.com
under the podcast section. Absolutely. Sometimes these writers just go ahead and do that. They, with their writing fingers, they type all that into their computer, and sometimes they just download the Merch Booth app. If there is such thing, then if there's not, fucking get one. It's probably a good idea. But so the writers, I think they see that the AI thing is coming on, right? So they're going to want to secure their jobs by saying, hey, you can only have the robots write so much of this, or, hey, robots count as our new pencil and pen sort of thing. So that way they don't really have to do anything and they get paid. So it's kind of like a dress up the unemployed, situation. People that should be unemployed, but somehow they're not.
Speaking of not necessarily unemployed people, but we're gonna wrap it up with one final story. And I thought that there was a great story that I posted about Adele. Now, I don't know if you've actually caught up on this particular story, but there were several instances recently where someone was throwing something up on stage to hit an artist in the face, if not throwing it at an artist while they're on stage. One instance in particular was some sort of rap concert where, who was it? Yeezy, or not Yeezy, Lil Wayne had something thrown at him for his concert. Mm-hmm. And then just recently, who was it? Ice Spice or somebody.
So there's a variety of people throwing stuff on stage. I think I remember we touched on this last week a little bit, about Adele and how she said that she would fucking kill the next person that does it. And you know what? Challenge accepted, Adele.
Challenge accepted.
I'm gonna throw a can at you now. What are you doing? You're antagonizing an audience to come down and try to murder you? They will kill you. Are you crazy? Almighty.
And she hasn't booked any like major appearances. She's only done like these small like mom and pop gatherings. They call them intimate stories. And like a lot of these superstars have been doing this recently in comparison to doing like big tours. But the UK singer said that she would happily, I dare someone to throw something at me while I'm performing. I'll fucking kill you.
You know, I kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of weird. I was following her career for a little bit, and she kind of divorced her husband.
She didn't kind of. She did.
She did, yeah. So she divorced her husband to hook up with what's his face? Rich Paul. He is the agent to LeBron James and a couple other guys in the NBA, and yeah, it just didn't match. It made her ex-husband kind of look like a pathetic jerk. So I guess maybe she's getting a little bit of street cred from Rich Paul right there, calling out people to murder them, dude.
Well, the funny thing that like she did after this, she did this at a concert, right? And I guess she's got residency at Las Vegas. So while she was on stage, she had said, have you noticed how people are forgetting show etiquette at the moment? People just throwing shit on stage. Have you seen them? I dare you to throw something at me. I'll fucking kill you. Before she shoots off a t-shirt gun at the audience.
Tony, I nominate you, I nominate you in our Podguyz Podcast contest called Throw Something at Adele, Please.
I would never sponsor this.
Yeah, I'm sponsoring it right now. I don't give a shit. Listen, when you throw something at Adele and it hits her, you got to scream, hello?
It's me.
Yo, Adele, you know, when you just whip something at her and yell a chorus, be like, Skyfall, boom, you know, turn into a... Yeah, actually, my favorite story comes from Tony has a little bit of a take on stuff, and it's not always the most sensitive thing that you could possibly think of. So complex.com puts down that Ice Spice claps back at troll who compared her to someone with Down syndrome. So Tony's initial right off the bat, he says, she does look a bit down and out. Tony Caswell saying she does look a bit down and out right there. So I don't know if you've ever seen Ice Spice, but Ice Spice.
I'm not making fun of Down syndrome people, but she does look like she.
You never said Down syndrome, Tony.
She's got a little touch.
You said
she got a little touch of Down syndrome.
Yeah, there's a smidge.
Here's the.
If there was
a smear, there's a smear on your genealogy.
If there was an Ancestry.com thing, right? Yeah. They'd say like, oh, 2% down. Where is that from? Well,
they're like, 20% African American, 10% German, 9, 4% Down syndrome. It was right there.
Yeah. They get back to be like, I had no idea. Like,
See, now these are the times where I miss Sparky, because he would come up with a great picture where he'd be like, oh, genealogical.
Yeah. Ice Spice had a meteoric rise over the past year as the Bronx native cemented her status as the hottest rapper alive on the back of a handful of hit singles. Of course, Spice's newfound fame and accompanied by Twitter trolls, with one recent hater hopping on the platform to try to suggest that the Bronx rapper had Down syndrome. The troll posted a picture of Spice's face transposed with the face of a young woman with the genetic disorder. When Ice Spice caught wind of the tweet, she responded by taking the high road and complimenting the young woman. You thought you ate, but you sis cute as fuck, she wrote alongside her heart emoji. First of all, I'm not convinced that she doesn't have Down syndrome now after that fucking sentence. All right? I'm 100%. Not convinced. If you put down you, the letter U, you thought you ate, but you sis cute as fuck. What the fuck are you? What? Dude, I'm diagnosing you right now there, Ice Spice. You probably, with that statement, you might want to get checked out there. Ice Spice is... So they did splice the face thing. And since dropping her breakout hit Munch, because if there's one thing that we all know people like Ice Spice likes to do is munch, last August, Ice Spice has been on a tear, releasing a string of off singles, including Bikini Bottom, which could also be seen where SpongeBob lives, and Princess Diana, because those are two familiar words that everyone kind of knows, both of which appeared on her debut EP, like ... And that's the fucking name of the album right there. So over the first half of 2023, Spice has continued her momentum, appearing alongside Taylor Not So Swift, the Down syndrome version of Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I know, right? Yeah. And later Karma's remix, as well as teaming up with Nicki Minaj on Spice's recent track Barbie World, which is the Barbie movie, where I know what you're thinking, Tony. Can't wait for the porn parody of that, right?
No, I've seen Ice Spice in concert on TV, and it was atrocious.
Oh, well, I thought you were waiting in line to see her. Okay,
no, it was really bad. She did a video, and if you actually watch the video, it's her on a basketball hoop, and it was horribly shot. It was her sitting on a basketball hoop, and like the basketball hoop is coming down with her on it.
I'm reading the rest of this article.
I know. It hurt my head.
Back in January,
she's not a great rapper. She's a no talent nobody that's just getting a push out of somewhere.
She's getting you described it perfectly. She is getting a push out of somewhere. It says back in January, Spice teased her forthcoming full-length offering in an interview with Ebro Darden. Says, most likely this year, since I'm going to have 10 songs, something like that or whatever. She told Darden about her official studio debut. It's definitely going to be different vibes in there for sure. I don't want to talk too much on it because you feel me, but got to keep the secret sauce a secret. The fuck are you saying?
Is she the female version of Kanye?
She's a female version of Donald Trump.
Oh. Okay.
And because you say most likely this year, since we have 10 songs, some would say 11, some say 12, others say 8. The haters, they say 8. Haters love to see
fantastic. It's the best thing ever.
Yeah, like I don't know.
It's my first EP, but it'll be my last.
Last EP. Not like E.T. He tried to phone home. He was an alien.
NICHE.
If we built the wall,
DOWNSE.
Well, if you built the wall, outer space wouldn't exist. Cool.
Yeah. Not to say I don't see her going anywhere, but she's got a couple big name artists who want to do collabs, but anything that she produced herself, I think she's a one-hit wonder.
Yeah, well, that's just the thing. Money can drag you so far up.
Yeah,
that you don't really, it's not that you don't belong to be there. It's you were assisted just like everybody else that's up there. And she's taken advantage of it. And she responded correctly. I don't know. I'd have to actually hear.
I think she should own it though. Don't you think? She would be the first Down syndrome rapper to have a number one EP album.
I think she really might need to be tested.
Never know.
You know what? It's very few times that a doctor will say, "Oh, you don't have that," after the patient says, "Hey, I think I have." Whoa. Let me get my prescription pad out first. Go on.
Yeah.
What do you got? What's your symptoms? And they're like, well, I'm not feeling so good after I bumped my toe. Depression? Bumped your toe. How bad is the pain on 1 to 10? I don't know. I'd say a 100. 100 the pain? Wow. Percocet for you too. Oxycontin. We're going to get you started on some methadone. And after that, you're going to need some rehab too. Your insurance covers it, so you'll be fine. I'll make sure you get approved for it. You got all of those scumbag doctors out there ready to roll on it. So if she really wanted the diagnosis, I'm sure she can get it no problem.
Yeah, of course.
Especially if they gave her the forehead test where they're like, eyes are a little close to each other. Forehead's a little long. All right. Yeah, I could see that. They're like, no, that's not a test, though. No, I'm doing the eye test now.
They moved up her hairline like another 6 inches.
That would be great if the only test that they gave people were calling up Tony Caswell and saying, Tony, I'm going to send you a picture.
That'd be perfect.
What do you think?
You can send that picture to the Podguyz Podcast at gmail.com.
If you have any complaints, go to the Podguyz Podcast at gmail.com. And you know, the best way to complain, Tony, is on merchbooth.com. Ironically, buy one of our t-shirts to show exactly how much you do or don't like us, one way or the other. We're making sure all the money goes to a very good cause, cause.
Big shout out to Roella Day, who's watching right now as well.
Hey, Roella. She was cool, man.
She was awesome. Yeah. Kevin, if you were going to find us, where would you find us, sir?
You can find us on Facebook, Spreaker, Spotify, Rio de Janeiro, even though it's not pronounced Rio de Janeiro, YouTube. Nah. We're going to start up on TikTok very soon. We're going to be doing some crazy, stupid TikTok videos because why the hell not? We're getting a lot of runs. We're getting a lot of views on the reels so far. I've gotten some messages asking if our Podguyz Podcast Learning Center is opening up a summer camp this year.
Ooh, and they might be. They might be.
You know, we might have some open spots right there. It's just a fictional thing though. It's gonna let people know and yeah, so, you know, we're throwing out some more
bring
reels.
your own lunches. We don't supply those.
Throwing out some more reels. If you would like to be on the Podguyz Podcast for an interview, if you've done anything in the acting, comedy world, entertainment, if you have an inspirational story to tell, if you have a business to promote, if you have anything you'd like to talk about, and by the way, you don't have to be on here for the full hour. We can bullshit for the first half an hour and we could talk to you for a half an hour if you were willing to just come on for a half an hour. But if you want to come on the Podguyz Podcast and promote your business, yourself, or your community, get in touch with us at the Podguyz Podcast, gmail.com, or message Tony Caswell directly on Facebook. He always answers. Leave your email.
DM me, Tony Caz, CAZ.
Yeah. Direct message me too. Do whatever you want. I'll talk to you back. Doesn't matter. But yeah, that's what we're looking for. We got a couple guests started up, but right now we got a block of empty spots besides the
Well,
rest
I have some people already blocked in.
Nice. Nice.
So we'll see some excellent interviews coming up soon. But I just want to remind everybody, win a date with Sparky. Yes, we're starting that this particular week. If you are interested in winning a date with Sparky, it's all expenses paid for a night out with Sparky. You must be over 18 and drive your own car.
Now it's going to be, because he doesn't have a car.
Yeah.
You got to pick him up.
So
we're going to kind of run.
And you got to meet his mom.
You got to meet his mom. His mom might want to come with you. She's pretty cool, though. Now we're going to kind of run the win a date with Sparky thing the same way that Love Connection was run. Okay. We're going to bring some camera crew with you, and we're going to see how the whole date's going along. You know, we're going to interview both of you after the fact on to see if there might be a drum roll, please, Tony. A second date. I like how you put like dicks crossing there. It's like, you're like,
you never know on the date. Never know.
Yeah, like Sparky couldn't find any woman, you know, but got your guy.
He's long his limp, flaccid penis at me.
He's so tall.
He's so hairy. I mean,
why do you smell like urine?
For a couple weeks, so
Sparky,
he's gonna look like a lumberjack.
Sparky, why do you smell like piss and shame?
There are no bathrooms in the wilderness.
None.
Why is there poison ivy on your butthole? Guys, we are the Podguyz Podcast. I'm Tony Caz.
Kevin Neary. Make
sure you tune in every week, every Monday, 10:15 Eastern Standard Time. We are the Podguyz Podcast, Podguyz Podcast. Tune in on all your favorite social media events. And every week, Facebook Live. Thank you, guys. Make sure you like and share below. Have a great night.